is Major Chris Walsh. I'm the commander at the Special Tactics Training Squadron. Special Tactics Officer is Air Force career field that is assigned in Air Force Special Operations Command, and our job primarily is to lead Special Tactics Airmen, combat controllers, pararescue men, tactical air control party men, and special reconnaissance, and take them downrange and do those variety of missions. We spend the same amount of time in training as our combat control enlisted counterparts, so we carry the same qualifications and go through the same exact training pipeline. So we are the same, essentially capable in the same way, but our role doesn't necessarily fall at the individual operator level. We have to think of things and conduct operations at a command level and above. So while we carry those qualifications, our focus is more on the overall mission versus the individual tasks. So as you go through the special tactics pipeline, you will be there every step of the way with your combat control enlisted counterparts. The only place where there's a small deviation is once you go through air traffic control school, you'll go to a more airfield management focused course with an air traffic control touch. Like, you don't really get to the same level of detail on the ATC piece as your enlisted folks do. You get a kind of broader picture of how would you run an airfield from a management perspective versus just the air traffic control piece. My deployment experience in the Air Force is it goes across multiple career fields, but specifically to special tactics. I have deployed at least twice in support of ST-specific operations. Once was to Iraq, Syria, and Kuwait. We kind of bounced around through three different countries, conducting assault zone operations and supporting, other SOF forces and other entities inside of those AORs. And I've also deployed to Europe to do some things with the 724th. So as a special tactics officer, and really as any special tactics airman, potential for deployment is always there. I think that one thing that the community does really well, and that the leaders that I've seen in the community do really well, is ensure that airmen, when they're at home station, we meet our training requirements and we train very hard, but they find a good way of maintaining a work-life balance. That is something that's very unique to this command that I have not necessarily seen in my other parts of my Air Force career. So, it is challenging, but I will say that you have a massive support network there to help you manage that and ensure that you can spend time with your family, have hobbies, other things that you like to do outside of the Air Force that aren't necessarily special tactics focused all the time. So I'd say for anyone that's interested in becoming a special tactics officer or special tactics airman, it's important that you come physically and mentally prepared, and that you come in an authentic version of yourself. So show up prepared, show up knowing that this is what you want, and when the chips are on the table and you're being tested and pushed to your absolute limits to the place where you may feel like you want to quit, you won't, because this is what you value and this is what you want to be a part of. In terms of physical preparation for special tactics for the pipeline, it's going to be really important that you're in great running shape. Swimming, running, all these things that you're going to do in the pipeline, you will do consistently through dive school, NDOC, assessment and selection. That base of cardiovascular fitness is going to be really important. So I'd say invest the energy in getting good at swimming, running, and then layer on top of that a good strength program with weightlifting and cross-training, all these other options that are out there. From a leadership perspective and what we need and value as leaders, this is specific into the 19 Zulu Stowe realm. We're looking for humble leaders. We're looking for people to come in that care about the folks more than themselves, and want to put the career field and the mission in front of their own needs. And I think when we have a group of people that do that, we are incredibly successful. We have been very good about doing that as a community, and we continue to do that, and I implore that on people that want to come into this career field. That's kind of the mindset we need and we are hoping to see.